What is up, everybody? It is Zizma here, bringing you another Modern Warfare 3 commentary for your enjoyment. I think I got that good now. Yeah. And today I'm going to be talking about player roles and how they affect your gameplay. Every player on your team has a role, whether it's to be anti-air, a B-capper if you're playing domination, spawn trap, or escape artist, which is a pretty important role if you're spawn trapped. And you also have assault players, you have objective players, you have the protectors. And I'm going to go over every one of those roles in about 15 minutes, I believe. So enjoy this, enjoy the gameplay, leave a like, comment for me, and subscribe. So first off, I want to say that every player on your team has a role, no matter what it is, whether it be from assault to spawn trap escape artist. Every player has a role. And basically, you can think about it like an NBA team. You have the starters, and there are the role players. Role players usually have one or two specific jobs, like rebounding or defending, 3-point specialist, and so on. They are putting on the court. They are being put on the court when the team needs the job to be done. But you can also think about it when playing Modern Warfare 3. Many players have starter loadout and role player loadout. The role player loadouts are not designed to be used throughout the game. They're kind of like subs, I guess you can say, but they're in the game. They're needed whenever the situation arises. The role players are not designed to be designed with killing as the primary goal, and they sometimes suffer negative KD. However, they can be very useful in helping the team for a specific situation. The purpose for some of them is, and I'll start with two of them. I'll start with anti-air. Most players have such a loadout with a launcher as a secondary, and they also use blind eye, or scrambler to not be noticed by air support. And then also they can shoot it down, and that's basically what an anti-air support player is. They'll watch you back from above, destroy the Overwatches, the helicopters. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but what's it called? The AC-130, I think. I've never used it, so I'm not sure if that's exactly what it's called. But yeah, they'll get rid of them for you, and that helps out a lot. That's a major role if you're playing in an open area. Like, you could be playing on Village, and if you have one of them on your team, that helps you out a lot. And then you also have the B-capper for like domination and a few other things. They usually use blast shield trophy system, and they have a ballistic vest as part of their strike package to bring up their extra defense to try and get B. They usually use a fast-moving primary weapon, usually a submachine gun. They usually use those. If I were going to be a B-capper, I would recommend using the P90. With maybe, I wouldn't use a silencer on it. I'm going to tell you that now, because you're going to have to be quick, and silencer will take down your range. So if you have to kill somebody like really far away, that won't help you out. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, pick a submachine gun you're good with, but you won't need extra attachments. Maybe the only thing you'll need is a reflex scope. And some people use extended mags, which I can understand that, because you need the extra bullets and stuff. And then another role you have is a spawn trap escape artist. They usually use blind eye, assassin, dead silence, and smoke grenades, stuff like that, to escape and not be detectable by radar. They usually have a fast-moving primary weapon also. sometimes it's let's see, where was I going? Like they use the MP9 and for a 1.8 times sprint, which is a little bit faster than some people's. And their specialist is blast shield, extreme condition, and sit rep, stuff like that, so that they can see if there's claymores, bouncing betties, and if they get hit with a grenade, they can still survive it while being able to escape. Then they also have extreme conditioning so that they can run longer. The longer you can run would be the better, I guess you could say, because you can outspeed them that way. And it's a pretty hard position to be, I guess you could say, but it's worth it if you can pull it off. And then now we're going to go into the three main ones that work in every position. Like you could use it for capture the flag, really. That's what I would use it for. And you can also use it for search and destroy, stuff like that. Basically, you have your assault players, which are basically your Ramboing players, I guess, that go out and kill people like crazy. And then they usually have an assault rifle or a light machine gun to pull off that extra stuff. I'm an assault player. I can tell you that right now, because even though I play the objective, I try to get those kills as well. I make sure we get the objective done. Like, the assault players are the last, I guess you can say they're your last resort to try and get it. It goes objective players, protectors, and then you have your assault players at the bottom if you're playing an objective game. They are your last resort to try and get it. Like in Search and Destroy, they'll be the ones out there killing people. But if they're the only ones left, that's your last resort right there. And I'm going to go to the gameplay real quick. This is a pretty neat spot to go in if you're defending. You can go here and then maybe have somebody else watching that alley right there. And you pretty much have the B-bomb covered. I just wanted to put that in real quick. And okay, back to the assault players. Assault players usually run the kind of stuff I run. Like they'll end up running Stalker Pro so that they can run around and not be detectable by like the claymores and the bouncing betties, so that you won't die that way and then nobody will suspect you. They're also the ones that usually run the assault kill streaks and not the support, which are usually the protectors or the objective players. They'll usually run they'll usually have a helicopter, an Overwatch, and a Predator missile usually. That's usually the main setup for assault players, but I run Radar, Predator, and a Chopper, just because those are the easiest ones to get in case you die. That helps out your team just enough. And they usually run, right now I either run dual akimbo, why did I say that? But akimbo FMG9s or a dual wield Python maybe. But anyways, they'll usually use hardline to help with the kill streaks, especially the bigger ones. And then they will use scavenger to replenish their ammo, because you run out of ammo a lot if you're an assault player. I can tell you that right now. And I'm gonna check where we're at real quick. Better move on in a second. But they'll use scavenger, hardline, and stalker the most, just to be able to make sure they won't die as easily. Okay, and then next you have objective players. Objective players are pretty close to B cappers. They will run the normal protection stuff like trophy system, blast shield sometimes, and other stuff like that. But a lot of times they will run extreme conditioning. Extreme conditioning helps them by being able to get away and being able to get to the next target a lot faster. Like if you're playing Search and Destroy, if you're the last guy, you want to be able to get away quick if you're an objective player. That's what I'm going to say right there. And then they'll usually run a submachine gun and the occasional assault rifle, but usually the submachine gun. And then they're the ones that don't really care about their KD. They're the ones that will die for anything they need, you know? Like, they will go up and die to plant the bomb. As long as they get it planted, they're happy with dying. Or if they can defuse it, which it's everybody's job to defuse, that's obvious. But that's what they like doing the most. They're good at... They're not the best killers, how about that? They're more about getting to the objective and getting it done. And then next you have the Protectors. The Protectors are the middle. They kill people, but they usually end up hanging out with the objective players the most. Like, say you're in a 6-on-6, what I would do is I would run 3 assaults, 2 objective players, and 1 protector. That's how I run it. Because then you have the 3 guys going around trying to kill people. And then you have those subcategories with like anti-air, B-capper, and stuff like that. Like, you can have one of your assault players being anti-air, and then they'll still be going around and killing everybody for you. And then you can have somebody, maybe one of your best killers, be a spawn trap escape artist. That'd be pretty good. Like, that'd be good for your team. And then usually a protector will run around with one of the objective players, depending on how you run it, and they'll run around, get everybody like dead around them, and while they're planting, they will watch their backs and stall the other guys as long as possible. Which is actually, I wouldn't mind that too much. I could be a protector as well. I sometimes am. But I will say this: they're not as like for the Yahtzee. That's what I'm gonna call it. Like for the Yahtzee at the bottom left corner from that Predator missile. And you'll eventually get one too. If you like it today, you'll get one tomorrow. But yeah, protectors. If you wanted my opinion on what's most important, I would say the assault players, objective players, then the protectors. Because the assault players and the objective players have all the subcategories that go under them, like anti-air and stuff like that. But protectors, they're just protectors. That's all I'm gonna say. They're important, but I want to count them as important as some of the other ones. And how much time I got left? Got about 3 minutes. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yes, objective players, for their kill streaks, they will end up running support kill streaks, which that sounds obvious because they're support players and stuff, but they'll end up having like UAV, counter UAV, and advanced UAV. Protectors will have a mix of both, kind of like what I do with the UAV and then the 2 killing kill streaks. But they'll end up probably doing UAV counter, UAV, advanced UAV, and then stealth bomber thing, because it'll carry on with them. And then that will be, and then they can just pile that. Like, A is right there, and it's set, so we're trying to defuse it. If you had a protector in the game, you would have them put their stealth bomber right above A to make sure that they get everybody clear of everything. And then assault players, after that would happen, they go in and clear everybody that is still there. And I get shot from the back over here. Nope, the front. But I know I haven't been talking about the gameplay very much, but I thought it'd be time for something new. I'm thinking about bringing some Black Ops in, maybe. I haven't really decided yet. Some people have been asking for Black Ops, but that's the game, I'm pretty sure. So you can see I'm the last death on our team. And I will give credit where credit is due. That was actually a pretty good launch right there. Hit him right in the chest. If somebody had survived that, that would have been wrong. I went 62 and 31. I really hope I didn't show this, because if I do, I'm going to be really embarrassed. But, yeah. Have a great day, you guys. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Remember, you get free shoes if you do. Free socks, free shoes. Maybe even your own Yahtzee, if you know what I mean. And, yeah, be looking forward to another video here pretty soon. Have a great day, you guys. See you guys later.